Okay, Mekofanen everyone, and welcome to another, what do I call this? I guess announcement videos of some very, very good news. I have to thank, first of all, and give a huge shout out to my very dear friend, one of my closest, dearest, longtime friends, Brian, for letting me know. Brian is someone that I've known since like early mid, at least like early 90s, early to mid 90s. I think actually early. I was still in high school, right? 90s, early 90s. I've known him for, such a long time. But he called me about a couple hours ago, maybe 2, maybe 3 hours ago, and let me know about this because we are both huge fans of this, franchise. We absolutely love cartoons, huge fans of the golden age of cartoons. And, oh, excuse me. It is, by the way, September 9, 2025. And what is coming, September or December 2nd, I believe, is the Tom and Jerry, the Golden Era Anthology. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Tom and Jerry's, ever since, like, I was just a young boy. I would watch it all the time with my dad, my brother. We always watch it when it would be on TV. The Tom and Jerry cartoons, back in the day, the 40s, 50s, they would run in the theaters. It would be theatrical releases that would actually show before the feature-length film. So that's they don't do that anymore. Actually, I want to say in the 90s, somewhere in the mid 90s, I want to say, they did do it one time, but the thing is, I cannot remember what cartoon it was. If if it was actually a Tom and Jerry cartoon or something else. You know what? I want to say it was a Tom and Jerry cartoon where they did it, and it was kind of a nice experience because it really felt like this is what it must have felt like in the 40s and 50s to go to the movie theater and experience a cartoon short, like this. And it was a classic cartoon. I do believe it was a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Brian would remember. We went to the theater mainly for that, to see this cartoon, and I do think it was a Tom and Jerry cartoon. But I can't remember what the film was, and followed. It was followed by the movie, so that was quite nice. But yeah, like I said, they do not do that anymore. Those theatrical shorts. And back then, you were able to get away with cartoon violence. There was some racism, quite a lot. Where they poked fun of other races. Asians, the blacks. The Japanese, everything. But it's okay. As I'll say this, and I guess to kind of paraphrase, Whoopi Goldberg. I know a lot of people are kind of hating on her right now, but I'm a fan still. Uh, they were wrong then and they're wrong now, but to completely erase them out of history, would just be equally as wrong. And she said, like, look, I love Porky Pig, Warner Brothers, Bugs Bunny, Froghorn Leghorn, Yosemite Sam, the old Tom and Jerry's, and all the racism and all. You kind of have to just sit back and just kind of laugh at them and laugh at yourself, and because they make fun of like everything. Sure, it's more focused towards like minority groups, but this was during a time, I guess, when, well, there was heavy racism. They didn't like anyone who wasn't white, back then. But it's a different time, so you can kind of go back to them now and watch them now and just sort of laugh at them. I see them more of like it's no different than comedian, even minority comedians. Take a look at the Hip Nip, which is Pat Morita, right? You think everyone associates Pat Morita with Mr. Miyagi. Oh, Daniel-san, no. Okay, be scared, but must not give into fear. You best karate still inside. Now time let out. They associate with him speaking like that, but he does not. He speaks perfectly fine. and he makes jokes about his own race, other races. You have Freddie Prince, which is the senior, which is the father of Freddie Prince Jr., who was also a stand-up comedian, making fun of his race and even of the blacks, the Asians, and stuff like that. So, and then of course you have the insult master comedian himself, Don Rickles. This was during a time when people weren't so soft. So you can kind of like when they're making jokes about other races, your own race or your ethnic background, Jewish people, Polish people, everything, and you can relate to that. You can kind of laugh at that. So to me, it's no different than that. It's just a joke, nothing to really be taken too seriously or to start a war over. That's how I feel. So, anyways, now that that part of it is over, I just also. Oh, the other thing too is the Peanuts. I think it's coming out October 6 or 7, so a lot sooner than the Tom and Jerry's. Like I said, the Tom and Jerry, the Golden Era collection or anthology, that is everything, all 114 theatrical shorts, uncensored, uncut, or so they say, unless something changes between here and now, or here and then, right? Or then and now, then now and then, between now and then. But as far as I know, and hopefully it is true, I mean, you're going to get everything. His Mouse Friday, mouse cleaning, with Mammy Two Shoes, I think, yeah, Two Shoes, Mammy Two Shoes, the Black Maid, everything, all the, when a cymbal, for the drums, when it hits someone, just, all that, making fun of the Japanese and Asian, you're going to get it all. So, and it's all, all for laughs, and it's fun. I laugh at all the Asian stuff as well. Okay, so I just wanted to show quickly my little collection, and this is not everything. This is just a small part of it. I have a bunch of Looney Tunes as well and other stuff, Woody Woodpecker, but to bring them all down, it's just going to be too much. So I just wanted to show like a very small handful of them. I have here, this is volume 1, and sadly, they never came out with a volume 2 or 3. So I do have 37, is it? 37 remastered theatrical shorts. This is, of course, not all of them. And I think because there is controversy with this one, and not real, I don't know if it's really a rights thing, but just more of because of the content of the episodes, with the racist kind of stuff and racist jokes. There were a problem, trying to get it out. So they stopped at this one. I think the second one, they had a cover for it, but it just never released, or maybe it released in like the UK or something. I'm not too sure, but we didn't get it. But I have this. Let me move my mouse so I can put this down over here. And I have these. These are the Chuck Jones, shorts of Tom and Jerry. And I did enjoy these along with the what are they called? Deitch. Not what's it called? Deitch. A Dietrich. I forgot what it was called. There were the Dietrich Tom and Jerry's. You know what? Let me just go ahead and pause it because I do have to look that up. It begins with a D. I think it was the Dietrich. Yeah, I knew it. I was very close. Gene Deitch, and it began with a D. Gene Deitch. So both Gene Deitch and the Chuck Jones cartoons, all of it, and of course the Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Even though they're not my favorite, I even still enjoy the ones where they were friends. And there was one Tom and Jerry animated film that came out. Was it in the 90s or was it even late 80s? But it was the first film that was not really good. It was quite bad. I haven't seen that one, and maybe just because I'm kind of curious, I might see it. And then there was the Chloe Grace Moretz one, which I kind of enjoyed that one. It doesn't touch anything, that the animated shorts did. But you can see they started to kind of bring back, the cartoon violence in that one, and that's the big thing too. I guess some people and critics maybe were having issues. The people responsible for withholding it from, why it took so long to come out, is for people like that didn't like the racism stuff and the cartoon violence, as if it was real or people were going to emulate something like that, which I feel is ridiculous. I don't think people are going to do that unless you're quite stupid. And then, one other thing too is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You're never going to get a cartoon like that where it mixes all different, companies and brands or whatever, trademarks of cartoons such as like Disney and Warner Brothers, and with the Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry's, and Droopy, all of them together, Woody Woodpecker, all manner of cartoons come together in that film. But you're never going to see something like that. So do check out Who Framed Roger Rabbit as well. Starring Bob Hoskins, Christopher Lloyd. Do you remember this voice, Louis? Or I can't remember his name now. It's been so long. Did he talk something like this? Right, that really high-pitched voice. Please, Eddie. So I can't do it. I cannot do it. But okay, so I showed those two Tom and Jerry's that I have, and I thought I'll take it a step further, and these would be injected with into the in between episodes of Tom and Jerry, Tom and Jerry shows, and there's 3 volumes to this. I think I have them all. Or maybe there's still one more, because I don't think I have all the Screwy Squirrels. I have Tex Avery, Volume 1, Screwball Classics. Okay, and Volume 2. Okay, and I don't want to make this too long. Volume 3, and these I think you can still get. But I think I have almost all the Screwy Squirrels. I have to look it up. It's been a while. That maybe there's still a Volume 4 that needs to come out, but I don't know if all the Screwy Squirrels are already contained within those 3 volumes there. So anyways, I just wanted to deliver that bit of news. Tom and Jerry, the Golden Era Anthology, and did I start to say about, talk about the Peanuts, and then I just I tend to do that. I jump around and I start a new train of thought and I don't finish it. I am so sorry about that. Not really sorry, but I can't help it. The Peanuts, the Peanuts 40, I think, television specials, that's going to also be coming out, and that's the thing that comes out October 6th, October 7th. I think I began to talk about that, but they didn't specify exactly what it was. I just stopped at Peanuts, but it's like all the 40 short film television specials that are coming. Okay, so I just wanted to deliver that bit of news. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you again, Brian. He doesn't have a channel, so that's why I have nothing to link. Thank you so much for letting me know about this, and see you.